Hi, I'm Ugo Monye and I'm here in East London at Hackney Rugby Club to meet Jasmine Boatswain to talk about her story, how she's got involved in rugby, how she loves it, and how women's rugby created their own pathway. Jasmine.
Hello.
Okay, but we're calling you Jazz, that's
Please.
right? Okay, cool. So we're at Hackney Rugby Club. Very much a community feel here. You see all the houses in and around it, which is amazing. So this is where we currently are. Let's go back to the start.
Yeah.
Where did your rugby journey start?
I am actually from Northampton,
Okay.
which is a rugby town.
Yes.
I was a really, really boisterous girl.
Okay.
Did absolutely all boys sports and things like that. And my friend's dad was like a rugby coach.
Okay.
And they just started mixed rugby, which is like girls and boys playing together when you're under 12. And his first line was, "Oh, Jazz is quite boisterous. Does she want to play? does she want to play rugby?" And I was 8 years old at the time, and I was like, "Yes! Oh my god!" And that's how it started. And the rest is history, I guess.
What was it that attracted you to it?
So I don't know. I just played all sorts of sports, and I just liked the contact. I liked that I could have the ball and run with it. Like, I tried football and I didn't like the fact that the ball was moving away from me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that I could hold it. Yeah, exactly, and run with it.
In your teenage years,
Yeah.
you stuck with it?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. Rugby has always been a massive part of my life, to the point where I really, really centered my life around me playing rugby. Like my social interactions, I was like, if I had camp, I was like, I can't do this, I've got camp. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, cool.
I would have stuck with it, and it's something that I'll never give up, I think.
Obviously something you were good. Did you get scouted?
Yes, no. So when I played in my teenage years in under 13s, 15s to 18s, I got scouted for East Midlands. And then from then I went to Midlands. And then when I was at Midlands, Pete Cook, who was the coach for Hartpury at the time, Hartpury Ace, he got in touch with my dad and was like, "Oh, I really want Jazz to trial for Hartpury. Like, does she want to come along?"
Okay.
So yeah, I went along, trialed for Hartpury, got into Hartpury Ace, which was really like the formative years of my rugby career, I think. I think we trained we did outdoor trainings 4 times a week, we did 1 fitness session, and we did S&C 3 or 4 times a week as well. So it was a bit stressful.
That is a professional setup.
Yeah.
How did you get that balance, especially because you're at college to learn to do really well? How did you get that? How did you, I guess, try and peak at both?
So it's a lot of dedication.
Yeah.
And that is basically it. I think when you started Hartpury, they really, really honed in on, you need to be good at time management.
But it must be worth it, because you look at yourself and Hartpury. Do you think you're a part of a cohort day one, which is then manifested into Hartpury College being the envy of everyone else pretty much in this country?
I went to college with like Zoe Harrison, Meg Jones, who are like my really, really good friends now. And I can remember Susie Appleby, who made Hartpury Gloucester. I can remember her coming to the college girls when Hartpury Gloucester wasn't a thing. She basically comes and says to us, "Right, I'm making this team. It's going to be called Hartpury Gloucester. It's going to be Hartpury affiliated with Gloucester. When you girls turn 18, I want you all to play." And that was like, what, in 2016? And now they've won the league. Do you get what I mean? So it's so crazy to think that I was there from inception, and I've seen it grow, and it's just such an amazing thing to see.
So you went from Hartpury to Cardiff,
Yeah.
finished Cardiff,
Yeah.
Cheltenham,
Yeah.
Thurrock,
Yeah.
and now you're here.
Yeah. I'm at Hackney.
So you've bounced about and you've experienced lots of different environments. How have you found that joining new teams, integrated into brand new environments?
I think so. The jump from Hartpury to Cardiff, which Cardiff Met, I played for uni, and then to Cheltenham, because they're like different stretches of the M5, like different exits, I kind of knew a lot of players when I was joining these teams.
Oh, nice.
So a lot of people that went to Hartpury went to Cardiff Met Uni.
Okay,
so
cool.
I kind of had a familiarity there.
Yeah.
And then I played for Cheltenham Tigers, and then a lot of people that went to Hartpury again
Okay, that's
played
local.
for Cheltenham Tigers.
That's nice.
I think what I found really daunting was when I played for Thurrock, because all the way in London, I didn't really have any familiarity, and yeah, I was really put out of my comfort zone because I don't think I was ever put in a situation where I'm joining a club and I know absolutely no one. But it was so lovely because the moment I walked in there, like people were really welcoming and like they knew that a new person was coming, so they came up to me. They were like, "Oh, you're Jazz," and I was like, "Yeah, it's me," and it was really nice.
But now you're here.
Yes.
Do you feel settled? Do you feel at home?
I knew about Hackney because of Black Girls Ruck. In lockdown, which is when it started,
yeah.
I was living in Bristol at the time and playing for Cheltenham Tigers.
Yeah.
And I saw like Black Girls Ruck, I saw the podcast and I was like, this is so sick.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm a black girl and I ruck. And this was like when I was in Bristol at the time, I was like, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So when I moved to London, and I had to find a new team that I could get to, I knew that they were affiliated with like Hackney. I knew that Anne played for Hackney.
Amazing.
So I was like, let me just go to Hackney. And my aim was I want to go to Hackney so I can actually play for Black Girls, right? I kind of use Hackney. But now I'm in the group chat and I'm part of a group of girls that it's just such a community. Like there's not a lot of black women that do play rugby.
Yep.
And there's a lot of conversations about like playing sports in general and also being black, but like what do you do with your hair and things like that. So it's nice to kind of have that conversation and be a part of that conversation. And yeah, it just feels really lovely.
You've always loved the game from the age of 8. We've established that. But do you think it deepened your love and your roots within the game, finding a community that was very much like you?
100%. I think wherever you go in life, I look for people that are similar to me and people that are like me. However, I do feel like maybe in rugby I didn't necessarily have that as much.
Yeah.
So being a part of a team that has a lot of black players and is kind of affiliated with Black Girls Ruck just makes you feel, I don't know, just adds that extra layer of warmth to the game.
No, that's totally natural to feel that as well. What lessons do you think you've learned from rugby that now apply to your day-to-day life?
I have just learned that life takes a lot of determination.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of skills that I've taken from rugby in terms of like time management, discipline, and making sure that I guess you're just putting all of your effort into whatever you're doing. Like at that time, when I was at Hartpury, my passion was rugby, so I put all of my effort and all of my soul into playing rugby. Now my passion is like I kind of like content creation, so I'm putting all of my effort and all of my soul into that, and it's just about really, really learning determination and skills like that. No,
fair. We see lots of people who fall in love with the game at an early age, but maybe not continue it into their adult days. You have, and you absolutely love it, and it's amazing to hear. But how did you find your transition, and what advice would you give to someone who's currently playing underage that might want to continue, might have slight anxiety about it?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a little bit difficult when I started working, and then I had to schedule rugby around like my working day and then go to training after my working day. I think the advice that I would give to people is just like remember why you love it and remember why you're passionate about it. And like yes, it is going to be hard to drag yourself up to training at after 6 p.m. when you've just had maybe a stressful working day.
Yeah, of course.
But once you're there, once you're having a run around with your friends, once you've got the ball in your hand,
of course,
like it just feels so lovely and it just feels so fun. So just remember those moments of fun in moments where you feel a bit demotivated.
Jazz, it's been so nice chatting, walking and talking with you at your new home here in Hackney, and I'm thrilled that you're still a part of this game that we all love.
Me too. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.